Join us here every Thursday at 12:30 to talk about everything food-related in Baltimore. This week in Baltimore Eating is brought to you by Eddie's of Roland Park. Experience grocery shopping the way it's supposed to be, with locally sourced, Maryland-made ingredients and knowledgeable service. Visit Eddie's locations on Roland Avenue and North Charles Street in Baltimore. And today, I'm joined by special guest, Everyman Theater's artistic director, Vincent Lancisi. And you're here to talk to us about the new play that's opening officially tomorrow night at Everyman. It's called Aubergine. It's by Julia Cho.
Julia Cho.
And I saw it on Sunday, and I'm hoping a lot of people go to see it.
Me too. Me too.
Now, there's a reason why you're here on this food show. I mean, you don't come here all the time to talk about plays at Everyman, but there's food.
Yeah.
Food's very important to this play. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, when I first saw the play in New York, I didn't know anything about it, and I sat in the back row. And I'm a big foodie myself, and I live to eat, and I eat when I'm happy, eat when I'm sad, eat when I'm stressed. Food is everything. And I sit down, and this woman comes on stage, and she starts to tell a story about she and her husband, and that they were foodies, and he used to be a chow hound, and then he came into some money, and they became food tourists, and it wasn't San Francisco, it was Yountville, it wasn't Spain, it was El Bulli, and it just went on and on in pursuit of the perfect piece of prosciutto, the perfect, whatever it is. And I leaned in. I thought, oh my God, this play's about me.
And then there's an interesting pivot in that monologue that opens the show where
she has a food memory.
She has a food memory.
Yeah, about her dad.
And there are many food memories in this play. And we're going to ask some of our listeners to share their evocative food memories, particularly the ones that connect them to a family member. And even in this play, it's fair to say they're connected to family members who are either not alive anymore or are fading away.
Yeah.
And it's very emotional when people start talking about that particular kind of food memory.
Yeah.
So she pivots in that monologue and talks about...
She gets a phone call, her parents tag team her. One gets on one extension and one gets on the other. And, the mother says, your father has something to tell you. And he's got cancer. And so she flies right out there with her husband and then has this incredible food experience in the middle of the night where she wakes up in her old bedroom and smells, burning, or not burning, but cooking butter. And she comes downstairs and he's making this sandwich that he made all his life of this, that he loved, this pastrami sandwich. And she describes it in great detail to the point where you start to salivate.
It's a wonderful monologue.
Yeah.
And it turns out that it's not a spoiler alert, but the play is not quite about this woman who presents the opening monologue.
Right.
It changes. And it becomes about a Korean-American family.
Yeah, a chef, no less.
Yes.
A chef who has a dad who, there are those that eat to live and those that live to eat. He eats to live. He doesn't really value food the way the son does. And it's this beautiful sort of intergenerational father-son story that is told through, in a way, food memory. Julia Cho seems to connect the memory of food with life's rites of passage in a way that, we pay homage to the people we love or we miss, or by recreating or trying to recreate food memories that celebrate them. And it's kind of beautiful.
I think it is. And it's really well staged. I enjoyed the play and the production of it. And you can't help but think as an audience member, whether in the moment or afterward, about your own memories of food, particularly those that, like I said, connect you to people that aren't around anymore. And people say they're Proustian moments all the time, like the Madeleine, but this is even a little bit different than that.
There's somehow a joy in this. There's a celebration of life that comes through this memory of food and legacy, and that dish that person and only that person could make that way.
From me and my dad, it's his Sunday night meal was salami and eggs, which is so specific, and I don't really have that. I don't see that often. It's seldom on a menu. It's a home cooking thing. And,
right.
And but boy, it made me want to go home after I saw the play and get some salami and eggs and cook it up. And Jewish folks have lots of eating rituals.
Yeah.
And sometimes a brisket recipe disappears when someone goes, and we don't eat the same gefilte fish that we used to when my grandmother was alive.
Sure.
And when my aunt was alive, so we miss those things and miss those people.
And I come from an Italian-American heritage, right, which is really Jewish with a different church. And right, in the sense that food and family mean so much. And my food memories are, with my nonna, my Italian grandmother, she would make sauce starting on Monday for the Sunday dinner, right? And every day it would come out in the morning, be simmering on the stove in a big, huge vat. And it would be reducing, and she'd be adding, the leftover chicken to it one day, and the next day some pork, and the next day whatever it is. And by the end of the week, it was this magical dish that nourished dozens and dozens of people all week long. It was amazing.
Well, the really honest writing about food in this play is what carries audiences along on, what can sometimes be, we can't lie, because the play does deal with loss and it deals with death, and not every play deals with dying and death. But I think what is important about this play and attractive about it is how Julia Cho weaves in these sense memories.
It's kind of spiritual and soulful. I mean, I would wish for that kind of relationship or that kind of love be around me as I pass into the next world. It's a beautiful thing.
And not all the characters get this implicitly. They have to learn it.
They have to learn
sometime.
it. That's right.
In the play, if you just got here, you were watching This Week in Baltimore Eating with me, Richard Gorelick. This Week in Baltimore Eating is brought to you by Eddie's of Roland Park. Friendly staff and Eddie's Aprons are there to help you celebrate St. Patrick's Day with corned beef and cabbage, Irish soda bread, and plenty of beer and spirits. Browse holiday specials at eddiesofrolandpark.com. And be sure to comment, like, and share. And follow us at #JMoreEating. I want to get back to Everyman Theater specifically, and the play opens officially tomorrow and runs through... I'm sorry, what are the...
it's like 5 weeks long.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I threw that at you, but about a 5 week run.
Oh, you know what? It is right here. 5 weeks, through April 15th.
April 15th.
Ooh, tax day.
There you go.
You'll need some escape.
You know what? I think it might be an extra day this year because it might fall on a Sunday.
Oh, right. That's right.
So at the theater itself, first of all, there are recipes in the program by cast members.
Isn't that fun? Oh, my God.
And one of them is my favorite recipe, kimchi fried rice, which is my go-to comfort food.
Yeah.
I love that. So I love that cast members contributed recipes.
Yeah. He's been cooking for us. It's been pretty extraordinary.
Tony, is this?
No, this is Song. His name is Song Kim.
Oh.
And he's from Minneapolis, and he's had a life in restaurants. And so some amazing sushi and kimchi fried rice and incredible food. He gave me this beautiful cookbook, this Korean cookbook. It's magic, the food that's come across our rehearsals.
You brought along some food inspired.
Yeah.
Let's get by the program, and it all relates to Everyman Theater.
Sure.
This is what? This is the...
So when you come to the lobby of Everyman, you can get food ordered and brought to us specifically from Forno Restaurant right around the corner.
Right.
And now, brand new to us is City Seeds, right? Which is an amazing program of the most delicious sort of farm-to-table food. And it's also got a nice social enterprise to it as well.
It does job training.
Yeah. I'm telling you, the food, I'm not even a huge eggplant fan, but the sandwich that's right next to you, this eggplant sandwich, knocked my socks off.
Look at this.
I mean, it is so good.
I don't know if you've been holding it, tilting it right. I feel like Kelly Ripa.
You need a Vanna White,
maybe
right?
More like this.
Turn that side, pet that side up.
Which side?
Closer to you. No.
The other way.
Closest to you.
Yeah.
Try
Like that?
Thank you.
There
Boy,
it is.
That's why I
Nice.
failed my audition for live TV. But
But
there
I
we
will
go.
tell you, not only are they delicious and they source locally and really the combinations of flavor, that bread should win an award. It's like a whole grain ciabatta that is loaded with flavor.
I am going to eat this.
Yeah, you should.
I'm going to eat this. I might not eat it
And
right
I want
now.
you to know it comes in, there are 3 halves. Life is good. 3 halves, and it's like, I don't know, $7 or $8. It's very reasonable.
I love 3 halves. And
Yeah.
so City Seeds, you listen, I used City Seeds in my other job as a caterer.
Oh, did you?
And I really, really recommend them. And
Yeah, me too.
not only for the quality of their food, but for their mission, which is to it involves job training.
Job training and
helping
re-entry and entry
Yeah.
and all. It's so good. It really is good. And we have 7 or 8 items, and that just happens to be the one that's custom for aubergine.
And they're new to your theater, City Seeds.
Yeah, brand new. This is our first show.
You were telling me
Love
that you were sort of was negotiating and when were they going to come in, but
Yeah.
then because this was a food-related show.
Yeah, we were like, please, now would be a really good time. And then Forno's always great, and their pizzas are to die for. And our patrons come early, they order. And this is, they're willing to do some custom things too. They don't normally have a
And you
eggplant
said
pizza.
you can order it and have it delivered to the lobby?
Yeah,
or
so you can go to my bar, Vinny's Bar. You can order your pizza or one of the sandwiches or salads, stuff from City Seeds, and you can order a glass of wine from the bar or whatever your drink. It's a full bar, whatever your drink of choice is. And then you go and sit at one of our bistro tables, and the food arrives.
I
It just
didn't
arrives.
know this. I think this
Yeah.
is worth the whole episode.
Yeah.
This information
Yeah.
is great. I'm really glad you're doing that.
It's a good thing.
I'm going to just stop talking to you for 1 second to plug an event coming up next Wednesday, the Taste of Pikesville, at the Suburban Club, on Wednesday, March 21st. Look for information. We'll post it on our site, but you can also Google it, the Taste of Pikesville. We'll talk next week about some new food news, including the closing of Agio. It's been such a pleasure. Did we talk about everything we said we were going to talk about?
I think we did. Come to Everyman.
Come to Everyman. We talked
Eat.
about the next play you're doing, which sounds really interesting. Everyman Theater. I'm going to plug something that you're doing with me
Yes.
at the Baltimore Improv Group
Fun.
for a show that all these shows on Friday nights at 8 begin with a live interview with a local celebrity, and you're our celebrity for April 5th, I think.
That sounds right. Yep.
At BaltimoreImprovGroup.com.
Where Everyman used to be.
That was what inspired me to
Awesome.
ask you. Not,
I
I
love
love you
that.
anyway, but
It'll be fun to
But
come back.
is the first time you've been back since
It
you left?
is. It is.
That's going to be a major
It's
night.
like ghosts.
Maybe we'll have a reunion. Invite all the old Everyman
Oh,
folks to come,
that'd be
except people
fabulous.
in the play.
Yes.
I've had
Bruce Nelson, who could do a little improv himself.
Yeah,
There you go. He loves improv.
This has been fun. If we forgot to say anything, we'll just put it right on the site where you can read about it. We'll also have links to Everyman. Tune in. Thank you, Vince.
Thank you for having me. I love your program.
Thank you. Tune in every Thursday at 12:30 for This Week in Baltimore Eating, which has been brought to you by Eddie's of Roland Park. Stop by their Roland Avenue or Charles Street location for quality prepared foods, deli sandwiches, fresh produce, unique gifts and service from friendly staff. Learn more at eddiesofrolandpark.com. Thank you for being here today, it says. And share your own food memories and dishes you missed most with us in the comments field below. Read more about the show and view pictures at jmoreliving.com. And what's your website one more time?
Everymantheater.org. That's theater with an R-E.
Everyman Theater, that's the RE Theater.org. And please go see Aubergine, and because she'll be supporting new work and new plays and new actors.
And food.
Not new actors, but and food.
And food.
And food. Thank you, everybody. See you next time.